Haven't done a movie review in a while, guys, but why not talk about something that means a lot to me, and that's Predator. Before we move on with the video, I have a surprise announcement to make. I have my first sponsor, Dubby. Dubby is an energy drink mixture that supposedly gives you a little oomph in the morning when you're tired. I got my kit here, came with a mystery flavor, and I got raspberry, and I got this cool little cup with the Chainsaw Man collaboration. I like this product. I actually do, as someone who is very sensitive to energy drinks and caffeine, I like that you can pour your own amount of powder into the drink. I can control my own amount, and in turn, that's led to some really positive mornings. If you use discount code CHEESE3 on the screen here, you get 10% off your next W order. And with that, guys, back to the video. On my old channel, I reviewed the movie The Predator, directed by Shane Black, and didn't really like it. And then I really liked Dan Trachtenberg's Prey. But it's been a little bit since then, and as many of you know, I did review Predator Killer of Killers earlier this year, so it's only natural progression that I talk about Predator Badlands. So what did I think of it? I liked it a lot, and there's a lot of fun elements to be had in this movie, but there are some things that didn't necessarily work well or necessarily fit for me. So let's get down to it. It takes the Predator formula and kind of spins it around a little bit, turns it on its head, in which we follow Yautja, a predator, as the main character rather than him being the primary antagonist. And I thought that was a cool idea. I know I kind of knew out of the gate from the trailers that this wasn't going to be a standard Predator movie. Much more, this was more going to follow like a almost adventure-y, an adventure-y feel rather than the horror sci-fi feel of the previous movies. And I think that is okay, because the Predator lore is very expansive, and there's moments throughout the original movies and the games where the Predators do show a little more emotion. So I think it's kind of cool that we're actually kind of seeing, I guess, what it's like to be one. So Badlands starts off with our primary hero named Deck and his journey to try and prove himself to his tribe by killing an unstoppable creature. Along the way, he meets a Weyland-Yutani bot played by Ella Fanning and a couple of other little fun creatures. And I gotta say right out the gate that the movie is very cool. Like, Deck, even though he's kind of like the runt of the litter, he's a really cool protagonist, and that's what I was worried about. I was worried that it would undercut some of the coolness, some of the mystery of the Predators, and honestly just makes them cooler and scarier. You know, this Deck is a very ruthless character, and his fight scenes are awesome, and all the little things he does in the movies are really cool. And despite throwing all these extra characters in here, he still remains the primary viewpoint of the movie. Speaking of those other characters, Ella Fanning plays a Weyland-Yutani synthetic, and I will say the movie is a little too humorous for me. There's a lot of jokes sprinkled throughout the movie when her character is introduced, and it does bring some levity to an otherwise really dark and gritty story, but I feel like she kind of pushed it a little too much, and I was fine with a little bit of the humor, but I think the more in-your-face jokes just didn't sit the greatest with me. And same thing, there is an animal that is introduced, and the animal is a central plotline to the story, and I'm not gonna say don't include these elements. I actually do like them. But again, the humor does kind of undercut some of the seriousness of the story, but it's not by any means the worst thing I've ever seen. I still think it was cool, and the kills here, even though this movie's a solid PG-13, man, pretty brutal movie. You could have fooled me and told me it was rated R, and I would have believed you. This movie is, I'd say, kind of like Prey. It's simple, and I do like our character's journey we have with Deck, and I do want more from this universe. And with Killer of Killers and Badlands coming out in the same year, I want more Predators content. He said when he started this project, Dan Trachtenberg, that he wanted to kind of build this little Predator cinematic universe, and you saw that with Killer of Killers and here. So let's see what he does with it. He's cooking, and I like what he's cooking. So with that being said, guys, if you have the chance to watch this in your local theater, I say go do it. Predator Badlands is a fun time. It is a good time at the movie theater. What about you guys? I gotta know, what is your favorite Predator movie? If I had to choose one, I actually did enjoy Badlands quite a bit, and Killer of Killers was really fun, but nothing, in my opinion, is gonna top the first one. And you know what? Shout out to Predators as well. That being said, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.